Hi everyone, welcome back to 2 Minute Tuesday. I'm going to read to you from Matthew's Gospel, chapter 14. In this passage, Jesus has just finished feeding the 5,000. It was a real high point for the disciples. I mean, just imagine that, people are hungry and you've nothing to give and to eat, and Jesus feeds 5,000 men plus women and children. They must have been really pumped and excited. Wow, Jesus is crazy, amazing, and they must have just been full of joy and just wonder. And then look what happens right after this. It says, immediately Jesus made the disciples get into the boat and go on ahead of him to the other side, while he dismissed the crowd. After he had dismissed them, he went up onto a mountainside by himself to pray. And so you got this amazing event of feeding of the 5,000. Right after it, Jesus makes them get into a boat and he says, I'm going to meet you on the other side. But in the meantime, what happens is they go right into a storm. And you've got that famous story of Jesus coming to them walking on the water. And it says the wind's against them. They're having a terrible time. They're probably fearful for their lives. And yet Jesus made them get into the boat. But it's interesting. It says Jesus went up onto the mountainside to pray. Do you know what that tells me? Jesus had his eye on them the entire time. That even though they're up in a storm, Jesus was there, and he was there watching them. And it's interesting, isn't it, how in this life there can come many, many blessings into our lives, many really happy times, joyful times, but then right after them, sometimes there's trouble, relational trouble, death, grieving, hard things, financial things. And yet, you've got, it says the wind was against them. But think about this, who was for them? Jesus was for them. So you got the wind in this corner, you got Jesus in this corner, you got the wind fighting and almost taking out these poor disciples, but then you've got Jesus, the eternal Jesus, God with us, fighting for them, and Jesus comes to them walking on the water. And when eternity meets the wind, guess who's going to win? So Jesus is on your side today. Encourage yourself. Know that he's with you. Yes, there's storms that come in life, and oftentimes storms follow after blessings, but he's with you, and he'll always be with you, and you will win because Jesus is on your side.